it's an eye-opening experience, and I'm really concerned that we're not only not educating ourselves about a lot of different issues, but one of the things, and not just because I am a teacher and a mother and a grandmother, but it's so important to emphasize education.
Yes.
To let young people know that no matter what, you can go on to college. You don't have to have any money, You can go on to college, but you have to have a commitment. You have to see the value in education. You can't make fun of other people who are trying to get the top grades in class. I'll never forget when I was teaching at Jefferson High School, which is in downtown Los Angeles, and 99% of the students were black at the time. Two young ladies, they were identical twins, and when they were together, it was very hard to tell them apart. But they were black, and they were so committed to going on to college. And we kept in touch for a long time after they left high school. But they would take buses from where they were living near Jefferson High School to Long Beach State. It was Long Beach State at the time. And 2 or 3 buses coming back. That was how important it was for them to get an education. And then I had this other young lady, also at Jefferson, who was married in high school, and she had had a baby. Well, she was pregnant and lost the baby, and then she got pregnant again. But she said, education is so important. I'm not going to let all this stop me. So she went to school during the day from 8 to 3. She had a job all night, like from midnight to 5. She did her homework. She went to Saturday school because she was going to make sure that she got her high school diploma and would be able to go on to college and get a profession that could advance her and her family and come back to the community and help it as well. I have a lot of stories like that.
I know you do. You are a angel, guardian angel.
Thank you.
Yeah, but for the most part, I think that is all that brings me to my conclusion and questions that I can think of that I had for you for the book. And yeah, so my last question would be, take that back, my last question. What is going to be the goal for this book and for the communities that don't have this book in their hand? Are you going to tour and do table reads for schools that are in the lower quartile of the United States that don't have resources or even new books for their own reading? Are you planning on meeting up with other historians to do seminars? What is the goal after this interview?
Well, as they say, from your lips to God's ears, I would love to do a countrywide tour. The reality is the book is published by a small press. They're not able to market my book in that way. I don't have the money to do that. I'm a retired teacher. My husband's retired. So what I have been doing little by little is having local book signings, and I've contacted all the independent bookstores pretty much throughout the country, telling them about the book, asking them to carry it, and I've had a connection with the directors of the California State Prison System, and it's my understanding that they're going to purchase at least one book, if not more, for each of the 120 prisons in the state. So hopefully, my long-term goal is to get it into middle school, high school, college, and beyond. I'd love, the prison system throughout the country to carry it, because so many of the people that are in prison are now, in most prisons, able to take courses to lead to a AA degree, a BA degree, certification in any number of fields. Many of the people that I've been working with want to become social workers, to work with the formerly incarcerated and or children who are at risk. So I'd like to see this book among that whole group, because for Black people in particular, it does give them a sense of their own history. And when you don't have that sense of history, you've been robbed, and it's a sin to be robbed of your history. So the more you can read about not only your history, but other people's history, the better it is. It's funny that when I was writing this book, I could picture it as a TV miniseries. So I'm hoping that that will be the case. I did write a screen adaptation for the first part of the book.
Yes,
and
I've read it.
Yes. So I would love for that to happen, because not everybody's able to get a hold of the book. But also, I'll give you an example. All the years that I studied, when they would talk about the Middle Passage, and sometimes you would see the drawings that were made in the 1800s, I still couldn't picture what it was really like until I saw Roots and Amistad. And I said, oh, that's how that was. That's how the layers of slaves were kept in the hull of the ships. But from the descriptions in textbooks and those old drawings, you really couldn't tell.
I can't understand.
So it would be wonderful if people would be able to see a screenplay adaptation of the book, as well as reading the book.
As well as I also push forward, and this is a conversation we had in the past, is to even do it as a play on top of the script, the movie, the TV series. The reason I say play is that you could be putting a lot of other I would say people of color to work, you know, rather than waiting on a film, waiting on someone else's money. Because if you don't have 5 million or 20 million to really make this film happen, then you're going to be spinning your wheels. But you could actually make a play happen that could win notoriety, then could win a producer's eyes and say, yeah, this is it. Oh, where has this been? Let's make this into a screenplay. So again, but then again, I'm just looking for the actors, the stage managers, the people who are getting these type of plays that would love to go to work for you.
And I wouldn't, tell you the truth, I wouldn't want the most famous, prominent actors to do this. I want to give opportunities for people that need a leg up, that have the talent and would do an excellent job.
Yes.
Because we keep seeing the same people over and over again, in front of the camera, behind the camera, and we need to expand upon that. Let people know, at the high school level at least, that there are so many opportunities if they go to college and major in different aspects of radio, TV, film, and can go on from there. So I do have a lot of ideas that I'd like to see fulfilled.
Me too, and I'm here with you.
Oh, thank
so I appreciate this interview and appreciate you writing this book.
Thank you very much. It's been wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.